Hello, morning. So I'm trying out a new angle. So you see slightly the wheel. You can see my, nope, can't see my face, but slightly the wheel, and see if we can see where we're going in the car, in the area. Right, so let's go. Now this is where my kitty goes to school. I'm dropping her off here in an area called Tamboerskloof. This is a Polo GTI with all the goodies, some goodies on it. We just need to get some these people, they don't give you a show, so you have to force yourself out. I don't know what's with them. In the past, 30 years ago, so this used to be a purely white area, and very expensive now, and right on top of the hill. And I hope you could see some of the view down there. These old Victorian houses are beautiful, to be honest. Some of them. I don't like the new modern square stuff, but the old ones are nice. And a lot of these people here had, oops, driving like a, oh, worse. I thought you wanted to reverse. Now I'll be blocking the way. Sorry. Okay, hate traffic. Yeah, guys, these Victorian houses, let me check. Let me see if you can see the view there. No, it doesn't show to the front nicely. You get some idea. Proximity meters. Shoo. You can see the mountain, Table Mountain, the flat mountain. So last night I went for a drive. The second day I had a car and I drove into 2 nails. What's the chances of that? In one wheel, the back rear right wheel, there are 2 nails stuck in there. So now I need to go and fix that. I had to put on the biscuit, the very small spare wheel, and so I cannot go fast now. I think you can only go up to about 70 with that wheel. So slowly, at least here in the city, you cannot go fast anyway, so not a big deal. Just enjoy the economy mode. Temperature is 15 degrees today and it's 7:53 in the morning, and the sun is not fully dark, but getting winter. The shortest day I think is on the 20th of June or the 22nd of June, and we are getting there. But in Cape Town, don't have such, you know, extremes. So I think sunset in the shortest day is around 5:45, and on the longest day is about 8:15. So you don't have that big extremes like in Europe or far down in the Antarctica. Of course not. My old Polo, this is a 2-liter GTI which has 147 kilowatts, and the old one was a manual 85 kilowatts. And on the same route in the morning, when I get home, I have a consumption of about 5.9. So sometimes it was about 6.4 depending on the traffic. And today I'm driving in E mode all the way. So I want to check what will my consumption be when I get home. It's about how far is it? Let me check. You can see on here the distance I drove now is 9 kilometers, so it's about 8 kilometers to school, but it's uphill and in traffic. So I'm sitting now at 9.4 consumption, average speed of 18 kilometers per hour, and I drove 33 minutes so far. When I get home now, I have to go and repair my tire. I have 2 holes in it. I wonder what it's going to cost. When I lived in Switzerland, I had a nail in my one wheel once, and it cost 55 Swiss francs to plug that wheel. That is in today's time 16 for rand. And I think 3 years ago I plugged a tire here and it cost 50 rand. So that means to repair a tire in South Africa with the same technology, they've just put that piece of glue in it, like a rubberized expansion glue that swells up. The same technology cost in South Africa 16 times cheaper than in Switzerland to fix a tire. If you want to look at the comparison, the wheel I had then, to buy a new wheel was an option, cost 200 francs, and the fixing to put a plug in was 50 francs. And here a new wheels cost around 2,000, and to put a plug in was 50 rand. So that's one great advantage of being here. It's much more cost effective to fix punctures. But nevertheless, punctures are crap anyway, and don't like it. So on the side here we have some old trees. Don't know if you can see them. I'm not sure where they come from, but they are definitely not indigenous to South Africa. Here we only have, in this area in the Western Cape, we have something called a fynbos. It's a kind of a bush, but it's very diverse. It has many different types of plants, and they don't really have big trees in there. It's just small 4 or 5 meter trees. Wow. So these old trees although I like them. They are great, but they're not from here. They look nice. And this bridge we just drove past, it was supposed to connect. We should not have had this stopping, but I'm not sure if they made a design failure or they couldn't get some of the buildings to get knocked down, but the bridge was never completed. This was, I'm not sure, early 80s or in the 70s, not sure, and we will go past the one piece where it just stopped. And on the side you can see Table Mountain, really beautiful flat mountain. And here we have the old bridge. I don't think you can see it, but now since COVID there are much more homeless people, and they have made their homes there on that part of the bridge. Quite sad. Oops, I'm driving too fast with the biscuit, so I need to slow down. I'm gonna slow down now. I'm going 80, shit. Let me go down to 70. But now I think this guy is not gonna like it. My goodness. Nobody wants to go. The biscuit can handle that speed. Ooh. 70. Eco mode 70. Whoa. My camera holder's not the greatest and it's bouncing, but let's hope. On the side you have Devil's Peak on part of the mountain, and District 6 is, we just went past District 6 in Cape Town. District 6 is one of the first or earlier areas built for the freed slaves or the non-white people who used to live there, and some of the whites as well. But in the 70s, when the Group Areas Act started, they knocked down all the houses and kicked everybody out into the Cape Flats, the government. So that piece of land is still empty. Most of it's still empty. Very expensive land now, close to the city. This is a 80 zone. I'm going 70 now, in the middle. So try to get over to the left so I can turn off. Oh my. You're supposed to drive slow on the left side and pass on the right. I think officially that's the rule, but I think most sort of do that, but Cape Town, the people, they don't really. It's like Italy. They don't. Italians tend to drive a little bit strange. I've seen it there. However, here they don't follow that exactly that rule, but most people tend to drive faster in the right lane, so that's okay. But you can see people overtaking on the left a lot, which in Switzerland that never happens. You can't. Obviously it's on the opposite side because they drive on the other side of the road, but they never, or very seldom, do you see anybody overtaking on the wrong side. They're quite perfect there. Everybody's programmed correctly. Yeah, it's a bit wilder, but nobody gets too angry or bothered about it. Going down now into one suburb. This is a suburb called Woodstock, which is next to the town. You first have the city and then you have Woodstock. So it's the second. There was a grey area in during the 80s, meaning there were some white and colored people living together before apartheid stopped, but mostly white still. And the main road we're getting to now was the border. On the other side, we have the colored people. Well, this in 84 when I came here. 1984 I moved to this area, and then it was the colored side. But I think before that it was a white area, long before that, but I cannot be sure now. As to the car, it goes really nice. Kind of yesterday I did all the experiments with the driving, and even the ride. If you drive in eco, the suspension doesn't feel as hard as what I heard. It is quite hard, but it's not much harder than the sport mode in the Polo Highline. So I find it quite comfortable, and the consumption is 8.2, so it's quite much more than the Polo, but even going so slow. But I didn't go down the other road, so maybe that's the difference. The other one was a lot of rolling, more rolling. So now close to the garage. I'm going to fix my car. In Cape Town they say garage, or I don't know, some people talk like that. You also at times. Not the car, but the puncture. My goodness. Let's see how much they will charge me. This is a road called Durham Avenue. It's quite a wide road separating. One of the wide roads here. As a kid I used to speed up here, or let's say as a 20-year-old, with my very slow car. I had a Toyota 1100, and if I pushed it right to the top, which is almost like a kilometer this road, I could reach almost 90 to 100 when I got to the top. It was a very slow road car. Okay, so to see where I can park in here for the tire. Oops, don't think I can get in now. Let me go. Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, man. You can see the back one. There's two screws in it. Should I pull in there, or it's just the one?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Hello. Sorry, taking my biscuit off. Oh, it's okay if I film you. Yeah? Yeah, so just had it for one day and then I have two. How does that happen? There's the one screw. There's the other one. Oh, there's the other one. Alright. Here's a view from underneath, huh? You know, a movie star. Sorry, man. No, I'm making a YouTube channel, man. And some people in other countries, they're interested to see how it's happening here. You know. You know how much they charge in Europe for this? I'm not going to tell you yet. I'm first going to, otherwise you charge me like they charge me there. I'll tell you after you tell me. You're gonna get a shock. Oh, shit. All set and ready to go, and yeah, it still costs 15 to 16 times less than in Switzerland to do the same technology. So great stuff. Now I can go.